Every day we encounter many people without saying a word to them. Imagine being able to share the gift of joy with them, to bring a smile to their face or give them a spark of inspiration. Without saying a word, you can positively impact their life by simply wearing a humanity. Humanity also offers a unique approach to engage friends in enlightened conversation, all while exhibiting classic style. These shirts have been pre-shrunk to maintain their shape and pigment after washing. You will find this shirt is neither too light nor too heavy for your usual daily activities. Whether you're into casual lounging, active layering, or just want the softest t-shirt against your skin, you'll be pleasantly surprised by this traditional tee. To view our diverse product line, visit our website and click on the Humanity tab. Humanity, the very best in inspirational apparel.
Not cutting, but untying. And so the universe then has no choice. First attribute of the secret place. The secret place is a place of revelation. It makes you free because it awakens you and makes you consciously aware that everything that you thought was holding you is an illusion. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. So good to see all of you who have chosen to join us tonight for this conscious conversation. As you can see, we've gotten our text notification back up and online, thank goodness. So you should have, those of you who are signed up for text notification should have gotten it tonight. And if you have not done so, then let me encourage you to make sure that you sign up for our free text notification. Information is at the bottom of your screen right now. All you have to do is text the word emerge to 833-444-0163 and you'll be automatically signed up for our free text notification. Doesn't cost you a dime. All it takes is about 15 to 30 seconds and you are on, and you'll always be aware when we're getting ready to come on the air with these conscious conversations. I want to encourage you to do that right now. Text the word emerge to 833-444-0163. Likewise, I want to encourage you to go over and visit our website at the web address you see on the screen right now, www.aimministriesinternational.org. That will give you more information about the Emerge movement. This is the most powerful place on the planet because this is the place where you will receive inspiration as well as information that will help you to curate and to create the very best version of yourself and live your best life. If after reading over the information you should decide that you'd like to become a part of the Emerge movement, all you have to do is shoot me an email to the email address that you see on your screen right now. And when you write me, you just include 3 simple words. I want in. That's it. And I will send you out an information packet that is filled with all the information and details about what it means to be a partner with the Emerge movement along with a partnership agreement. Once you've read over everything and you have decided that this is the perfect place for you, you simply sign the partnership agreement and send it back to me, and that's it. You are in. You are officially a part of the Emerge movement, and we would love to have you become a part of this far-reaching global ministry as well as movement that is designed to impact the world by inspiring people to recognize their own divinity, to embrace that divinity and walk in their divine greatness and realize their potential. We would absolutely love to have you be a part of this movement. Likewise, I want to encourage you to go out, if you haven't already, purchase a copy of my new book. The new book is entitled Words to Live By. Go ahead and order your copy today. You can do so by going to the website and right over to the online shop there, and you can order the ebook immediately and download it to your particular device, or you can order a paperback copy of it and make your purchase right there, and then it will be shipped out to you first class mail. So we'd love to have you also purchase a copy of the book. I got another book that is on the way. Hopefully it'll be released by August, and I'm telling you, it's going to be powerful and it's going to be inspirational as well. So look forward to seeing that one real soon. I've kind of gotten into this whole writing mode, and so I've got a couple of things that I'm working on, a few books that I'm working on, and they're going to be coming out one by one. So we're looking forward to it. I want to encourage you to get your copy of it tonight. All right, as always, I want to encourage you to go over and share this broadcast on your page. Those of you who haven't done so already, some of you already have, and I want to thank you for sharing it. Thank you for liking. And then those of you who have not, please share it on your page, as well as tag as many people as you desire. Every person that you know that would benefit from being a part of this conversation, go ahead and tag them in the comments so that they'll be alerted and they can come over and join us in this conscious conversation. Do that for me right now. Let's continue to expand, build, and grow this platform so that we're able to reach as many people as we possibly can. All right, tonight I am going to try. we got caught up in a whirlwind night before last when I was trying to get into these 12 daily spiritual practices, and never did get to even one of the practices because of what that whirlwind of information that we got caught up in. So we're going to try and get into them tonight and go through these 12 spiritual practices that you should practice every single day. Again, the goal, the mission, the vision of Emerge, this entire movement, is to empower you on your journey to spiritual wholeness. This is not about religion. It's not about connecting with a particular church or particular religious ideology. This is about you making full connection with you, with your divine self, because you are the image, the likeness, the expression, and the reflection of God in three-dimensional form. How do you now come in tune with your true self? Not the person that you've learned to be, not the person that you've been taught to be, not the person that you have been given certain beliefs about, but to really understand who you are, to shed those old mindsets and those old thoughts and those old ideas about yourself, about life, about circumstances, and most of all about God, so that you can begin to really understand and tune in to your own divinity and begin to use the power that you have to create your best and highest version of yourself. And this is a process. It's a journey. It is a journey of discovery, a journey of evolution. It is a journey of unfolding, revealing, as you begin to understand just how magnificent, how brilliant, how powerful, how filled with potential you are, and your capacity, your infinite capacity for greatness. That's right, infinite, limitless capacity that you have for greatness, that there is absolutely, positively nothing that you cannot do and you cannot accomplish, nothing you can't experience, nothing that you can't have, because you are a divine spirit consciously aware of itself being human. You have limitless power, limitless ability, limitless authority, that you are all powerful, all knowing. Yes, indeed, in every place at all times, and you can become consciously aware of yourself across the barriers of time and space and dimensions and thoughts in different worlds and existences, and you are an omni-active being, consistently creating, curating, uncovering, revealing, and evolving. That you are kinetic energy at work in a three-dimensional form, encased and housed within this form. Yes, Lord, experiencing itself in this three-dimensional world that we call earth. That is who you are. And so you have lived and existed in this three-dimensional form. Let me just say existed, not necessarily lived. You have been existing, but I'm trying to teach you how to live. Yes, you have been existing in this three-dimensional form, but my goal is to teach you how to live. There is a principle that you've heard me repeat before that is found in the St. John chapter 10. I am come. The I am has come. The I am, that is the I am, that is the Almighty, that is the divine, the ultimate source, the ultimate reality is come in three-dimensional form that you might have life and that you might have it more abundantly. That you have the opportunity to experience life and experience it without limitations. Pressed down, shaken together, running over abundantly, overrunning, overwhelming life. And what most of you who are watching me now, have experienced in your lifetime is merely existing. You are here and you are existing because you have thought of yourself and perceived yourself and perceived life from purely a humanistic standpoint. And ladies and gentlemen, you indeed exist as a human, but you got to learn to live like a God. Let me say that again. You exist as a human, but you got to learn to live like a God. What do I mean? As a divine spirit that is not bound and limited to three-dimensional form, a spirit, a divine spirit that has a soul that is now encased and moving through this earth in a three-dimensional form that we call a body, but that is not confined to the laws that govern this three-dimensional world. When you understand that because you are of the same substance and essence as the creator of the universe, then you understand that since God is not subject to the laws that govern this three-dimensional world that we call earth, then neither are you. And what we call miracles, and there are miracles, we are the progenitors of. I'm not looking for a miracle. I am the miracle. My goodness, I am the progenitor, the creator of the miracle because I live, move, and have my being in and as God. Let me say it again. I live and move and have my being in and as God. And so do you. In Him we live and move and have our being. As certain of your poets have said, you are God's offspring. And because you are the Lord's offspring, it means that everything that is in God is also in you, that you possess the same essence, the same structure, the same isness as God. And if God then is the progenitor, creator, or the genesis of all miracles, and miracles are when there is an occurrence that supersedes natural law, then ladies and gentlemen, because you and I are the offspring of God, we are the progenitors or the genesis of those miracles, that we cause miracles to manifest, that we cause manifestations in this earth realm that supersedes, surpasses, and transcends the laws that govern this three-dimensional world. So I'm not looking for a miracle. I am the source of the miracle, and I create miracle experiences experiences miracle movements and miracle manifestations. I don't need a handkerchief. I don't need a cloth. I don't need a prophet to pour oil on my head. I don't need you to prophesy over me for me to have a miracle. All I have to do is set my intention, access the power of God that is within me, and begin to release that energy, that power, that force, that anointing, and then channel it toward what it is that I want to manifest, and I will bring into manifestation that which transcends the laws of this three-dimensional world. I and you have the power to bring forth the miracle because we are the progenitors, the genesis, the source of the miracle. We create miracles. Are you understanding? We create miracle manifestations. We create miracles. We create miracle movement. We create miracles. We create miracle healings. We create miracles. Do you hear what I'm saying? We are living, breathing, moving, animated miracles, walking around in three-dimensional form, unaware and unconscious of just how powerful we are. And so, because you have been taught to walk and see yourself as a victim who has to wait for some outside entity, force, or energy to come and swoop in and rescue us, then we have gone and lived beneath the privilege and the opportunity that is available to us because we keep waiting for someone else to come and do for us what we have the power to do for ourselves. But please understand this, ladies and gentlemen, you are nobody's victim, and God will never do for you what he has empowered you to do for yourself. And what has God empowered you to do? Thank you for asking that. According to Philippians, you can do all things. Did y'all catch what I just said? I said you can do all things. Somebody write in the comments, all things. There is nothing I can't do, nothing I can't accomplish, nothing I can't achieve, nothing I can't manifest, nothing that I can't cause to come into material existence, nothing that I cannot do, nothing I can do. All things through the anointing of God that strengthens me, the Christos, the Christ, the anointing. Yes, that flows and permeates, saturates, and inundates my very being, that flows out of my very essence. It allows me to accomplish anything. Did you hear what I said? Not some things, not a few things, but all things. My goodness, yes, Lord, I can do it, and so can you. But how do I arrive at the place where I am able to freely and liberally access that kind of power, my true essence? Well, I have to transcend. I have to rise above. I have to now destroy that old mindset that has held me in bondage for so many years, that have kept me thinking that I am a limited being, that has kept me thinking that I am someone's victim and life in faith is happening to me rather than happening for me. The only way that I can enter into that place of real power, essence, and ability to create and manifest is when I am willing to divorce myself from all limitations and begin to understand that I am right now, everybody say right now, I am right now seated in heavenly places. That is in places of higher consciousness, in places of higher vibration, in places of higher understanding and awareness, in places of spiritual essence and power. I am seated in heavenly places. I am in the position, I am positionally in place where I can create whatever I choose. I gotta begin to see myself that way, think of myself that way, walk in that way, believe in in that way. Because when I begin to think of myself as just a mere human, then I begin to act with human limitations. But when I see myself as the divine expression and experience of God in the earth, it's when I begin to see that there are no limits to what it is that I can accomplish. And what I want to give you tonight are 12 daily practices that you need to employ as you take this journey towards spiritual awakening and awareness and wholeness, so that you begin to change how you operate in the earth. I'm trying not to get caught up and take off down the road. Man, listen, just talking about it gets me excited. But I'm going to try and keep it calm so that I can get through these 12 practices, because they're important for you to have. But I need for you to understand just who you are, just how powerful you are, just how capable you are, just how much capacity that you possess. I know this is really difficult for some of you to embrace and to swallow, because you are so accustomed to sitting in sanctuaries and sitting in temples or mosques where you have been taught to believe that you are this limited and confined being that can only do certain things, and you have to wait on this outside entity to come swooping in like Prince Charming and rescue you, that you are constantly bombarded and under attack by an enemy that is out to get you, and you are living this roller coaster life of sometimes up and sometimes down and sometimes level to the ground, when in fact none of that applies to you. No ma'am, no sir, that your only enemy is your inner me, that when I am able to conquer my own thoughts and bring them into submission and subjection, when I am able to bring them to the place where now my mind serves me rather than me serving it. I am no longer serving the ego, but the ego is now submitted to the I am. Then and only then do I recognize the limitless capacity that I have. 2 Corinthians says it like this, that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, they're not three-dimensional, they're not natural, they're not humanoid, but they are mighty through God. Mighty, yes, limitless, powerful through God, the divine that lives in us, through us, and as us, watch this, to the pulling down of strongholds. And you were taught by your religion that strongholds are these external forces. There's a stronghold over this city, a stronghold over that place, a stronghold over this church, a stronghold in your house, and you got to pull it down, and then you go doing all these actings and annex and calisthenics and still dealing with the same stuff, because it was never an external problem in the first place. If you had read the text in its context, you would have realized that it was not talking about anything outside of you, but it was talking about inside of your own mind, because it goes on to say, to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations. Imaginations don't happen outside of you, they happen in your mind, they happen in your conscious awareness. Wait a minute, he solidifies it further. He says a casting down pulling down stronghold, casting down imaginations, and then bringing into captivity what? Every thought. Where thoughts begin, they emanate from within our own conscious mind. And so he says you got to bring those thoughts, those erroneous thoughts, those sinful, error, missing the mark thoughts into captivity. You have to arrest the way that you think. You got to stop those limiting thoughts, stop those carnal, humanistic thoughts from cascading through your mind. Every thought that would seek to exalt itself against the knowledge that you understand that there are no limitations with you because you are a divine expression of God. You are the animated expression, divine movement, the kinetic energy, power, force, source, and spirit of God. Yay! Living, breathing, and existing in this three-dimensional form. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So how then do I recalibrate, reconstruct my mind? Ladies and gentlemen, you have read again in Romans where he says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your entire being, your body, a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service, and be not conformed to this world. He doesn't tell you not to be conformed. He just says don't be conformed to this world system, this world's way of thinking, this world's outlook, this world's perception. If you begin to confine and conform yourself to how the world operates, then you will get the world's result. Oh, God have mercy. If you are confined to a human existence, a humanoid way of thinking, a human system, then you will always get human outcomes with limitations. Oh, God Almighty. He says, but you have to be transformed, oh God, by the renewing, the anachronosis, reconstructing, reconnecting, renovating, rejuvenating, recalibrating of your conscious awareness. Not that you don't want to be conformed, you just don't want to be conformed to a system that limits you. Then what am I conformed to? Thank you, I'm glad you asked. Romans says that whom he foreknew, them he predestined. Why did he predestine us? To be conformed. Conformed to what? To the image of the Son. Good God have mercy. Well, in other words, that we, instead of being conformed to the limited abilities and capacity and scope of humanity, a system that confines me, I need to be conformed to the image of the Son, that is the same mindset that Jesus had. Let this mind be in you that was also in Christ the Jesus. What was the mind that was in him, who thought it not robbery to see himself as equal with God? Y'all hearing what I'm saying? And so, ladies and gentlemen, what I am being conformed to is to the image of the Son, the mindset of the Son, to recognize that I am equal with God because I am God expressed in three-dimensional form. That everything Jesus was, I am. That's why he said, whatever you see me do, you can do also. Why? Because you just like me. You're a son of the living God, a divine expression, an animated expression of God in the earth. You are a spiritual force in three-dimensional form, and you got to conform to that image. You got to accept, embrace, head God, and begin to see, think, feel, and move as that divine spirit. And so that means you have to divorce all of those old mindsets that have kept you limited and kept you confined and kept you stuck in a pew, stuck in a chair, stuck in a religion, stuck in an ideology. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying? That forces you into a place of mental bondage. You're not even really experiencing the truest part of your life. You don't even know what it is to truly live yet, because you have just been limited to merely existing. Trudging along, moving along, like a cog in a wheel, like another sock puppet, like a marionette, being controlled and unable to really experience yourself. And every time you get a glimpse of life, a glimpse of real liberty or freedom, religion comes and whips you back into shape and tells you, no, you can't do that, you can't have that, you can't go there, touch not, taste not, handle not, and all of these things, and just tells you, no, you're not at liberty. But where the Spirit of the Lord is, and you are the temple of the Holy Ghost, so the Spirit of the Lord is in you, through you, and as you, there is liberty, freedom, liberation, that there is limitless capacity to do and experience every facet and part of our being in the earth. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying tonight? Whoa, goodness. I did it again, but let me get back over here. Let me get back. What kind of time am I working with? Greg, Dave? All right, let me go. So then how do I counteract that old mindset? It is not an event. Spiritual evolution and growth and development, spiritually reconnecting with your own divinity is not an event, it's a journey. Let me say that again. Spiritual growth, maturation, evolution is not an event, it's a journey. It's a journey that you take throughout your existence in three-dimensional form for the full time of this iteration of life, in and through every iteration of life across dimensions and time. It is a journey that you take. And so there are some practices that you can employ that will help to speed up and enhance your development exponentially if you practice these techniques, employ them every single day. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, what I have found in my years of teaching and instructing and coaching people toward levels of success is that most people don't lack the talent or the skill or the capacity or the ability. What they lack is discipline and focus. Ooh. Can I talk to those of you who are watching me right now on this live and tell you, you don't lack talent or skill or capacity. You don't lack in those areas. You are limitless and infinite in those areas. What you lack more than anything else is discipline and focus. You should write that down in your notes. That you long to experience and express discipline and focus. If you can conquer and incorporate these through two elements in your life, then you'll be able to employ these practices on a daily basis, and you will speed up your growth and development exponentially. But you have to begin by understanding the target is discipline and focus. Discipline and focus. Nothing just happens. Ooh, let me say it again. This is not an abracadabra hocus pocus moment. This is not something that you can get from somebody wrapping a cape or a mantle around you. This is not something you get from miracle spring water or blessed handkerchiefs, cloths, pennies, candles, or any of these other ridiculous gadgets. This comes by discipline and focus. Ooh. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Discipline and focus to employ these 12 practices, and you notice that I wrote them as daily spiritual practices. You need to practice or employ these practices every single day. Now I know what some of you are thinking already. I can feel you. 12 things every day? That's a lot. No, it isn't. It's never a lot and it's never too much, especially when the goal is for you to live your best life and to have what it is that you desire. Listen, if what you've been doing hasn't been working, then what do you have to lose by doing something different? So I'm asking you to trust me as I try and coach you toward stepping into that position in your life where you are creating, cultivating, and developing the life that you desire the most. I'm your coach. I'm your spiritual guide. I'm your guru. I'm your mantra. I'm the one that's going to guide you through this path. But you have to be willing to put in the work. You have to be disciplined and focused enough to employ these practices so that you can get the results. And ladies and gentlemen, I can absolutely positively guarantee you that every single one of these practices work. They are foolproof. They are absolute and foolproof. So if you are not getting results, it is not a problem with the practice. It is a problem with discipline and focus. It's just like going on a diet. You can't go on a diet for 3 days and lose 500 pounds. Oh, they gonna holler back at me. Come on. You think you're gonna be summertime fine because you've been working out for 7 days on the treadmill and now you standing up there looking in the mirror and posing and convincing yourself that you look different than you did 7 days ago. You don't look no different. But baby, you still in the same shape you was 7 days ago when you got started. It takes some time and you have to be disciplined and focused over a period of time so you get the gradual evolution, growth, development, and start seeing the results that you want to have. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You had one salad and now all of a sudden you want to declare yourself healthy and you've been eating fried chicken and collard greens and fat back and all and chitlins for years, and you done had one salad and now you want to declare yourself healthy. It doesn't work that way. Oh, God have mercy. Well, likewise, so it is with your spiritual development and your growth. It's not going to happen overnight, but it can happen exponentially faster if you are willing to be both disciplined and focused. Remain focused on what the goal is, what it is that you want to achieve. The goal is to be the highest and best version of yourself. And so the discipline is to employ these practices, 12 practices every single day until I reach the achievement or the goal that I've set in front of me. And because the goal that is in front of me is to be the highest and best version of myself, that is a goal that is ever expanding and increasing and growing. So when I never really fully achieve it, at least not in one iteration of life. So then I continue my focus because there is always a higher height. Just when I think I have reached the apex of growth and development, I recognize that there's an even higher, an even better, an even more advantageous place for me to enter into. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So these practices become not only a discipline, but if they remain a discipline, eventually they become a delight. Woo, yes. What continues as a discipline will eventually become a delight. They are no longer burdensome. They're no longer something that you are having to focus and push yourself into, but they become an innate part of your being, second nature to you. They become a delight. You look forward to employing them. You look forward to involving yourself in them. You move from discipline to delight, and from delight then you enter into the depth of development. Discipline, delight to depth of development. Discipline, delight, depth of development. You should write that down. From discipline to delight to depth of development. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. I don't know how much time do I have, Lord. I only have about 15 minutes, so we may not get to all 12. We'll get through as many of them as we possibly can. I'll try and talk fast. And not go off on another tangent real quick, okay? So what are these 12 spiritual practices that I should employ daily? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? All right. The very first one is affirmative prayer. Now, I want to make sure that you understand what I'm talking about when I talk about affirmative prayer. I am not talking about supplication. Supplication is a prayer of request and inquiry. It's where you are asking questions or you are requesting something to be brought to your conscious awareness or brought to manifestation. Affirmative prayer is a prayer of thanksgiving and grace, a prayer of declaration that says, it is so. It is when you begin to decree and declare things over your own life, about your day, about your existence, about your journey. You begin to decree them and declare them and speak them into existence over your life. Ladies and gentlemen, death and life are in the power of your tongue. That is a euphemism that says that your words are vibrational sounds. They are a description of your innermost thoughts and being. They are a way that you articulate what you have already visualized within. And that word, those words are vibrational forces of energy, kinetic energy or force that connects with the elements and all of the particles of the universe, and therefore like a magnet begins to draw together the necessary pieces that are needed to bring into manifestation what it is that you decree and declare. Because of the law of oneness, the fact that you are intertwined and interconnected with all things that exist, you are one with God, therefore one with the universe, one with nature. Then when you begin to declare or speak as a divine being, as God in the flesh, all of heaven and earth and nature and the universe now responds to the sound of your voice. Are you hearing me? It is the recognition of God as the one universal spirit, which is the center of everything living in and through all things. It is moving our consciousness to the full knowing that the truth and connecting with the power of love, life, light, peace, and power, beauty, and joy that is always present in us has the capacity to bring into manifestation that which we declare. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Affirmative prayer. This is a day that the Lord God that is within you is curating and creating, has made. How do I make my day? I get up in the morning and I began to declare and decree that my day is filled with joy and happiness and peace and opportunity and productivity and creativity. That I decree and declare that my day, Lord have mercy, yes, is filled with opportunities to divinely experience express my innermost dreams, desires, that I have the ability to create and build and to experience and to encounter, that my consciousness is enlightened and aware, it is expanded, that every encounter is filled with purpose, and that I am consciously aware of those purposes, expanding, growing, becoming, and enlightened in every moment, that I am fully present. Yes, this is my decree. This is my declaration. I'm telling you to wake every morning and affirmatively begin to decree and declare what your day, your life, your week, your month is going to be. Do you hear what I'm saying? That you are not a victim of circumstance, but that you set the parameters of your experience in each moment and every day as the omniactive spirit that you are, curating and creating in the moment, the next moment that you will step into, that you are doing this consistently, regularly, until it moves from a discipline to a delight, that it becomes second nature to you, that you are always consciously aware of the words that are coming from your mouth, recognizing the essence, the power, yes, glory, the force of energy that there are behind what you say, because you will have whatsoever you say. And so you speak in the affirmative, not the negative. Not you eradicate phrases like I need, I want, oh my goodness, which are an expression of scarcity and lack. When you understand that the Spirit of God within me is the source of my supply, I recognize that there is absolutely no lack, no want, no need, or no scarcity. So I eradicate words that attend to or that are in alignment with scarcity, and I speak in the affirmative that I am, that I have, that I desire, and that I manifest. Do you understand what I'm saying? As I began to speak in alignment with my own divinity, then I began to create the reality that I want to experience. And ladies and gentlemen, you live in the reality that you create. Let me say that again, write it down. You live in the reality that you create. You live and experience the reality that you create. So why not create magic? Why not create a reality and experience that you desire to have? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Affirmative prayer. Use the power of your words, the essence and power, the energy of your words to create an experience that you most desire, that one that serves you, that meets the purpose of your existence in this earth. Create what you desire by affirmatively praying, speaking those things into existence. The word prayer in the Greek is the word pros, P-R-O-S, which literally means to draw near to bring into proximity of, to come close to. So when you begin to pray these things, affirmatively pros them, you are drawing it to you and you to it. You are pulling yourself into an experience that you have created. You are creating an experience that you are now drawing yourself into. Are you understanding what I'm saying? This is affirmative prayer. That's the first one. After prayer, well, not after, but the next spiritual practice, not necessarily after. You can put these in whatever order that works for you as you design and organize your day, okay, and your life. But the next spiritual practice that you should practice daily is meditation. Meditate, meditate daily, meditation. Meditation. This is a spiritual practice that unfortunately in the Christian church has all but been lost. Do you understand me? Now, in a lot of other religious ideologies, meditation is a central part, but in Christianity, unfortunately, this word, we've kind of given it away, kind of thrown it away, or it's fallen by the wayside because no one really talks about meditation. But yet the scriptural text that most Christians follow, that is the Bible, speaks of meditation over 300 times through scripture. It talks about meditating being mindful about something, focusing and concentrating, consciously aware, increasing, elevating, and transcending this three-dimensional plane so that I become consciously aware of myself as the divine being that I am, manifested and experiencing itself across all dimensions and iterations of life through every portal, window, door, and opportunity. Meditation unlocks the portals of the Spirit and allows the omniscience of God, the all-knowing, the knowing of God to enter into my conscious awareness. It allows the knowing of my own divinity to enter into my conscious awareness, that I become consciously aware of myself as in and through and being across the multiverse in every form and iteration and experience. That meditation shuts down that old conscious mindset that has been bombarded with beliefs that are antithetical to the truth, that are beliefs that are antithetical to my being, beliefs that are antithetical to my real reality and my divinity. It quiets those voices, the voices of your grandmama, your cousin, your auntie, your granddaddy, your reverend, your preacher, your bishop, your apostle, and all the rest of them, so that you can truly hear the sound of your own divine voice. If you want to know what God sounds like, it sounds like you, because God expresses itself through you and as you. But you've not been able to hear it because you have these echoes of your grandmama talking in your head, and your mama, and your cousin, and your auntie, and your brother, and your preacher, and your prophet, and your reverend, and everybody else, and you've heard every other voice but yours. But meditation quiets those outside voices, all of the bombardment of these other erroneous ideas, beliefs, and concepts about yourself and your lived experience, so that you can clearly hear the sound of your own divine voice, the voice of God speaking in you, through you, and as you. Meditation is the practice that transcends all theory and theology and brings inner peace and provides inner wisdom. This book of the law shall not depart out of your mouth. That's the laws of the universe, the laws that govern this universe, the laws of the kingdom. But listen to what he says about those laws. But thou shalt meditate therein, that is in the laws that govern the kingdom, yes, day and night. How often do I meditate in them? How often do I give my attention to them? How often do I put my focus on them? How often do I transcend what this three-dimensional earth has tried to teach me or cause me to believe, and focus my attention on the possibilities, the infinite possibilities and capacity to exceed, to do exceedingly abundantly above all? I do it day and night, consistently. I have a discipline and a focus. I meditate therein day and night, that I may observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then I will make my way prosperous. Not anyone outside of me, not some outside entity, not Prince Charming, not somebody that I'm waiting to come in on a white horse, not a girlfriend, boyfriend, not a husband, not a wife, not a preacher, not a prophet, but I will make my way prosperous, and I will experience good success through meditation. Meditation has got to become a part of your daily practice. Mindful, transcendental meditation. Give yourself that period of time where you're able to quietly sit with your own conscious mind and allow the Spirit of God to now seep in and saturate and inundate your consciousness with the images, pictures, the inferences, the intuition that is loaded and coded within your spiritual DNA to unlock the relevance of your purpose and the fulfillment of your destiny within you. Meditation is a key spiritual practice. That's number 2. Number 3 is in alignment with number 2. It is mindfulness. Mindfulness. What do I mean by being mindful? It is the practice of paying attention to your own thoughts, being present in every single moment, being fully present and objectively observing one's self as well as others, being mindful. How much of our day do we spend mindlessly, matriculating through life without even giving a second thought to what's happening, what I'm saying, or even what I'm thinking? Multiple thoughts running through our head throughout the day that just come through almost arbitrarily, automatically, at breakneck speed, and we're not really even giving time to what it is that we are really thinking. They are just running through our minds and then informing our words, which inform our actions. Being mindful means that I take the time to be fully and actually present in every moment, to observe the thoughts objectively that I'm thinking, to ensure that they are in alignment with what I truly desire to manifest. That I am very conscious and intentional about what I give my attention to, because I understand that what I give attention to, I give intention to. Mindfulness says that I am thinking about the thoughts that I think. Let me say that again. Mindfulness says that I am thinking about the thoughts that I think, to make sure that the thoughts that I think are the thoughts that I choose to think, to bring into manifestation what I want to experience. That they are not just automatic thoughts, that they are not just, because some of us have ants, and I got this from a young lady. I was reading one of her case studies, and she uses this acronym called ANTS, A-N-T-S, Automatic Negative Thought Systems. Automatic negative thought system. These ants, that because you have been trained to think about yourself, about situations, about relationships, about circumstances a certain way, you've been trained to respond a certain way, you have these automatic negative thoughts that enter your conscious awareness that come up without you even putting forth any effort, and it is an automatic response to an exterior stimuli. And so you are not living your life in intention, that is under control, your own choosing, but you are consistently responding in kind by employing these negative thoughts or negative responses that enter your conscious awareness without you even, they are learned behaviors, learned responses. Mindfulness says, I am going to chase out the ants. Ooh. I'm going to kill all of those ants, automated and automatic negative thought systems. I'm going to kill the ants, yes, and replace them with the thoughts that I choose to think. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Woo. And that's, what is that? That's number 3. Great day. We haven't even gotten halfway through. And my time is up. But I don't want to rush through any of them. So I'm going to stop with those 3. Affirmative prayer, meditation, and mindfulness. And then tomorrow night I'll come on again, and we will go further. And I'm going to give you, I'm not going to give you my word, because I might be I'm going to do my best. How about that? Not to do a whole lot of other preliminary and get right into these other practices on tomorrow, so that we can cover as many of them as we possibly can. Okay? I promise you that that's what I'm going to intentionally set my mind to do tomorrow, so that we can get through these others. And I'm actually getting ready to put all 12 of these into a book that you'll be able to purchase real soon. I'm going to release them in a book with a more detailed and written out explanation of each of these. And so you'll be able to purchase the book real soon. But we'll be back on tomorrow night, and we will pick up where we left off with practice number 4 and build from there. So remember the first 3 practices. You can start them immediately to affirmative prayer, meditation, and mindfulness. Okay? Affirmative prayer, meditation, and mindfulness. Yes, yes. So I'll be back on tomorrow night. You'll get your notification through the text. If you have not signed up for the free notifications and you want to make sure you're here tomorrow night and you don't miss it, then I'm telling you to go ahead and do that now. The information is scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Text the word EMERGE to 833-444-0163. It's absolutely free. You'll get a text notification for when we're getting ready to come onto the air, so that you don't get on late and you don't miss anything. Okay? Go ahead and do that right now. Go ahead and do that right now. I want to encourage you once again to go over and get a copy of my book at the website. It says pre-order, but it's not pre-order anymore. You can actually order the book on the website right now. And Words to Live By, and the new book should be coming out next month. I want to also give you the opportunity and the privilege to be able to sow into this ministry, this movement. It is an honor and a privilege for you to be able to sow, to be generous in your support and giving for this work. That it's an honor, it's a privilege. It is blessed to give, more blessed to give than it is to receive. You get the privilege of sowing into this spiritual movement so that you can continuously harvest those spiritual insights and information that are shared through this platform. Now, whether you give or not, you are still going to receive it as long as you tune in. Your giving does not determine whether I'm going to be here or not. I'm going to do it regardless, but it is an opportunity and a privilege and honor for you to be able to support the platform and help it to expand and grow through your giving. Those of you who have partnered, then you have the privilege of returning the tithe and giving your offerings on a regular basis in support of this movement, and I appreciate your generosity, every single one of you. I look forward to coming back and being with you on tomorrow night. It is going to be epic as it was tonight. Please tag and share this video with as many people as you can. Send it in Messenger over to as many people as you can come in contact with, so that we can grow the platform and have more people join us as we come together for these conscious conversations. I look forward to seeing you again on tomorrow night. Until then, you have a wonderful night, and tomorrow make it the best day ever.
Thank you for tuning in. And be sure to catch us every Sunday at 7 p.m. for empowerment.
That we are a unique expression.
Every Thursday at 7 p.m. for momentum.
The creation of God and the God who created him.
Once again, be sure to follow us on all social media platforms. And we'll see you next time.